she puts the blame on everything, the haters and all that stuff, and that she's unsafe and her kid's unsafe. And, they basically put it out to her that then you're failing to keep him safe, which is what everybody's been telling her. But so basically she wasn't able to snowball them. She was talked to by a bunch of different people there. There was a bunch of, all of those different people did their basically evaluation of Cam and all that stuff. So not all of it was bad, but that part is pretty bad. But that is something that does have to happen when those allegations are made. So then, so whatever, they went home. Cam did go home with her, but the next day, a lot of people showed up to her house, including, a detective, a police officer, the same people, all the different people from, I don't know if it's DCFS there or DCS, whatever it is. Just know that that's what I'm talking about. And they basically, all of them have come up with a safety plan that she did agree to do. So this was not forced upon her, okay? But she did agree to do these things, which would be to keep him offline. He is going to get occupational therapy, speech therapy. He's going to, she's been completely busted out about the autism diagnosis.
Yeah, he does not.
But let me be frank, there is not a diagnosis at this time, but he is going to be sent for all that testing.
Yeah.
So what did I say? Behavioral speech. He's going to get there's a lot of resources. She's going to get parenting classes. She's also has to do intense therapy for herself. Let's see, what else was there? She does going to get a lot of resources offered to her. She has agreed to these things. So therefore so it's a safety plan, but nothing has went in front of a judge. She does have to keep her end up on all these things. She was also told that for the picture that she sent out of Cam, that she could be arrested for and that she could face up to 3 years in prison for. So all that time that she's been blaming everyone else and all of that, it actually came back on her. So she can't blame everybody for that. These cops, they're tired of her. The police are definitely tired of her, and they're not buying her bullshit, I guess.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know some things. I'm just going to speak in general without giving to. Aaron was also, I believe that he's a part of this too. I don't have all that much information on him, so I don't really want to speak on that. I do know that they were disgusted with the comment that he made in front of minors about the applesauce comment. Since she agreed, they also, yes, the police came and the DCFS worker to count her pills, which they will be doing either daily or a couple times a week. Yeah, there's going to be people in and out of her house no, he was not taken away. Right now, as long as she does everything that, she volunteered to do, so nothing was been forced on her in a sense of a judge forcing it, because a judge is pretty much the only one that can order like her to be offline. But yeah, he cannot be online. He can't be on TikTok.
Yes, he's still in the house though.
Yeah, he's home. He is going to be receiving all of the therapies. They're getting all of that started. Yeah, I'm not sure if the pill counts I can't remember exactly if they're daily or weekly. I actually feel like they're daily if I remember correctly, but yeah, they're not playing around. She had medication that she's not taking, but filling scripts of. Also was not taking her mental health medication the way that she should. So she is going to have to get that taken care of. She's going to get she's going to get therapy for herself, which is going to be good. No, that's part of the agreement, is that she volunteered to stay offline. And then I saw that she went on Instagram and was just blaming everyone else, and I figured that she's never going to tell the truth about this.
No, never.
She's never going to tell the truth. And I wish she would just get honest, but I know that but it's not even really about her. Okay. The thing is that I know there's a lot of people that are truly worried about Cam. A lot of people have worked really hard I don't know what you guys want to know about the SSI. There was no fraud with the SSI. He gets Social Security for his delays. So he does not get Social Security for autism. So
I see a lot of people keep asking how do we know this?
right, and I expected that, but I'm not.
If you don't believe what we're saying, then that's perfectly fine.
It's fine. You don't have to. It's fine if no one wants to. I know that there's just been so many questions and that so many people, and there's a lot of speculation and stuff, and I mean, I can't throw anyone under the bus. So I'm not going to be saying where I got the information, but I did see proof that is true. I've never come on this app and lied to anyone. Everything I've ever said and gotten on here dealing with this situation or anything has always been true. So it's just up to you. You guys don't have to believe me. I understand. And I understand that, a lot of people say things and it's hard to believe, but I mean, it's really up to you guys to believe, but just know that boy is okay. Yeah. And that he really is. He's going to get all of the therapies that all of you people were, all of the people that actually care about Cam that we're fighting for, and to not
we're
think
just here to discuss the CPS visit. We don't know anything about the SSI. We don't know anything about all of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I was a little frustrated when she got on. Yes, and the reason why she's going so hard about Anthony is because, he was the one that got the FBI involved. He brought it to their attention anyway. And that's who does investigate those types of things. So it is happening.
You don't have to.
It's happening. So, I mean, you cannot believe it. And that's fine, but the biggest message here is that child is all of the things that a lot of people have worked for, and the real reports, the real things that got done, they're not ignoring it. I suppose that it was just taking some time, or just certain things came about that, I think it was a while ago when Anthony, and I'm not going to say anything about that guy because I have my own, I'm not going to say too much about him, but he did nothing that's just black and white, that he had got on live, or he had made a video and said that he was going to do it. So, and he did. And
the information did not come from Danny. I'm sorry. I keep seeing so many people say that it did not come from her.
Gabby doesn't even trust Danny enough to tell her anything.
No, no, she don't.
It didn't come from her. It didn't come from her. But this is so there was two parts to this. There was obviously the appointment at the clinic, and there was a lot more people there. I suppose I don't know if she really knew what it was about, or if she was just pretending like she didn't and kind of doing that delusional thing. But so those things happened that morning at the clinic, and then more so the next day they stayed in the house for quite a few hours. The behavioral specialist observed Cam and stuff. So no professional is leaking any of the and if somebody else has information and they haven't talked to Gabi or anyone close to Gabi, anyone that Gabi has shared this information with, then that might be true. But as far as I know, nothing has come from any professional.
I don't know why there's a spare bedroom. I don't know why they're doing that. I found it kind of odd too, but I don't know.
Yeah, yes, they're obviously going to be watching. This is open. It's open. It's not a closed. There is. I don't know if anyone understands like when a safety plan is put in place. What that means exactly? Like she can, which she has volunteered to do all these things, which is good. Okay,
Yeah.
But what that means, though, they put all that together, and therefore she has to do those things, so this stuff doesn't go any further.
Well, Lainey, if she doesn't follow through with it, then they will go before a
Yeah.
judge, and it will be ordered that she has to. It'd be in her best interest to follow
This
through
is
with.
all good things, though, like the
Yeah.
therapy for her, all of
Yeah.
the resources and stuff that are, all of the things that Cam's going to get help. Well, really, I mean, we can't want all these things for Cam and for her not to get help too,
Yeah.
because
She needs help.
yeah, and I think in the end it will. Because I myself, like probably many of you, had lost a little bit of faith in that system too, right?
Yeah.
We're just thinking that nothing was happening and things were just getting worse and worse, But now, I mean, you can look at it either way. You can look at it like she's being forced if you want. There was nothing forced on her. They cannot force certain things on her without a judge. Just basic rights that we all have, and she's voluntarily doing a lot of these things, so she has to follow through with them. It's obvious they don't want to remove that child, that. And which I think, if she does everything that she's supposed to, and I think it'll just be good for all of them. I would say to be careful if there's any people out there doing some stupid things, like calling and making fake reports and stuff like that. Is really not the time, everything is, there's been reputable people that got the attention of the right people, and I don't know, they're doing their job. In fact, they're doing more. There's agencies that came together to
The FBI is involved, Mr. Jackpot, because of that photo.
Yeah, because of the photo. So, and and the man that reported that, I mean, he
the photo that she sent her older mods of the rash. I don't think that the stuff with like CPS or what, just because like someone will say DCFS or CPS, like that doesn't mean that what we're saying is not true just because
I forget what they're called, and I mean
exactly,
in different states they have different.
Here it's called a CPS, so I mean, just because it's not
right.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay. But basically, this update is just so that people will get the truth. Whether, the people that truly care about Cam will be happy about this, and then there's not the wondering or speculation and all that stuff. And I mean, it's obvious that she believed what she told. I'm going to say this about her, and I'm not going to say anything else. But she believed herself. She believed so much that none of this was her fault, and it really did come back around to all of the things that people have tried to tell her. She's had good friends that have tried to tell her and talk to her and tell her where she's been wrong, though a lot of you don't believe that, but there really has been some good people, and they always get screwed over by her. Eventually she doesn't want to hear it anymore, and if you're not buying it, so she really has had a lot of people try to help her and try to get this not to happen. But I mean, I guess it's not totally bad that it did happen, because he's getting the attention he deserves and needs.
I don't know that she can get in trouble for lying about the autism, but
they're just, it is possible that he is autistic. I'm not a doctor. It is possible.
He just, as of now, does not have a diagnosis.
Right, but he is going to have an updated evaluation done.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
So, I mean,
she didn't. Only if she received benefits from it, which SSI is not going to just take your word for it. I mean, there is documentation of his speech delay and some of his developmental delays. Also, they did address him being outside by himself, and they also showed her how many registered registered offenders lived in her. I don't know about that. I don't know about you guys. I just know this stuff. I don't know who knows Aaron lives there or not. I mean, back when I was her mod and her friend, he was on the lease. So,
I don't know how she can
I
deny
don't
it. They
know.
can easily watch her lives and
Yeah,
see, you
they
know.
have been. They have been watching her lives as well. Yeah,
So,
it is
they
what it is.
can't. The spare bed thing, I don't know. I think she's going to try to play that off, spin that somehow, but there's
I don't
just no
know.
way it's gonna
Nobody cares.
fly.
I mean, honestly, I don't know why everybody cares about that so much.
I don't know.
Also, basically Cape Coral, and I think it was Cape Coral, and then I guess it's Lee County, where the different police agencies that were there, departments that were there, but they are sick of it. They're sick of the calls. They're sick of her antagonizing. They see what she's doing.
Yep.
That not everything can be blamed, and that that her home, as long as she is on live streaming with her child, it is not safe because of the things that she's telling them is happening to her. It makes an unsafe environment for her child, and she was failing to provide that. But I hope that this is an eye-opener for her, and that she will get the help and gives it a chance. And you can't, just understand that you can't lie about everything, and not everything is the way that you think it
Yep.
is. And maybe they can, one thing that I pray for is maybe they'll evaluate that medication and maybe they'll put her on something else,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's been a huge part of the problem for a long time. And yeah, I was disappointed with the Instagram live, with the way that, just blaming everybody else. But the two people that she mentioned in that live, if you can understand now why she had such resentment. And so, yeah, there's a safety plan. Yeah, giving tours of her house. Yeah, they mentioned that too. Yeah, they were there for 3 hours, and he did act out quite a bit. He was,
Hitting the dogs
yeah,
and
hitting the dog, screaming. He was just really kind of everything that you all see. Of course, there was a lot of people in the house, so I'm assuming. And then plus, he was probably, honestly, he was traumatized, I'm sure, from the day before.
well,
I
because they
do
went to
believe,
that evaluation and then all of those people met at their house, right? Like,
yeah,
what was it, like
yes,
6 people? Yeah.
yeah. So, he was put through something he should have never, ever have been put through, that's for sure. I'm
Yeah.
just hoping that because he's so young, that that he probably won't remember it, or I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. I have my own issues about when I was a child and stuff, but I do know that
I just want to say one thing because I'm sure Gabby and Aaron are here. I really hope for that little boy that you follow through with this plan and do everything that you're supposed to, because what that little boy went through during that evaluation because of your guys' behavior is sick. It is sick, and I don't know how either of you can live with yourselves. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll get banned.
well, and there's this too. Regardless if I hope that she comes around. I hope she takes the help that's given to her and she takes it seriously. But regardless, if she doesn't, that's fine. The Cam, he's gonna get the help. He's gonna get all the services that everybody has talked about for so long and suggested to her. And I mean, she has. I know that you guys like to think what you do about her mods and stuff, but she really does have some good people that have really tried. They've like literally given her lists of things and places and things to do and stuff, and I don't know why she chose not to do it.
That exam, it also consisted of a rectal exam and an STD exam. And if you guys, I'm sure you all know what that means. So
Yeah.
because of Gabby and Aaron's actions, that's what that little boy had to go through.
Yeah, unfortunately. I don't know if you want to see if anybody has any questions, because I'm always so nervous on live, and I don't.
We just keep getting the questions, where did this information come from? And we've said
Yeah.
we're not going to say who it came from. We're not going to show the proof.
Right.
And if you don't believe us, then that's fine.
Yeah,
that's
if that
fine.
person, if they want to come forward and stuff, that's totally on them. And I'm not going to sit up here and be like, it's true, and beg anyone to believe me. I hate that I'm even saying this stuff, but I'm just like, I know there's so many people out there that truly do care, and I know that, and I know there's a lot of people out there that just hate Gabi too. You know, there's a difference between you two.
I mean, there's people that admit that they don't actually care about Cam, so.
And you're probably never going to get the truth from that end. You know what I mean? So I don't know if anybody wants a box or if they want to talk about anything, or definitely request and come up. But
I'm sure, you know, Gabby and Aaron are watching, and I really do hope that we will let people in the boxes, but if you're going to be nasty, and you can just don't even.
This isn't like, just no fighting. I mean, everybody, even if there's people in here that don't like each other, people that don't like me or they don't like Brownie, it doesn't matter.
I don't even go live anymore because I don't want to argue with most of you people, but, you know, Angela, it was actually Angela's idea to get on here and let you guys know, because people are concerned and everybody's had questions, and I feel like
you can see you can see where people are trying to say things that aren't true, and it's hard to know what's going on and see that stuff.
Oh, hey, I just requested to get a quick recap. I'm sorry. I've been following them for a long time, the twins, and I meant to watch this, and I am totally late, so I'm sorry if that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm so concerned for that little boy. I've been watching, like I said, I've been watching them since, God, back when Danny was in Illinois. Was it Illinois?
Yeah.
And she was doing all that, you know, all that crazy stuff was going on. But so there is an open case. Is that the update? Okay. And
the FBI is involved as well.
Oh my God.
Because of the picture she sent out to her former mods of the rash. There is a safety plan in place. Now, Cam did have to go through that evaluation, which I don't know if you heard us say this earlier. That also consisted of an STD check and a rectal exam. And then when they went home, CPS was there, the FBI was there.
The next day.
Oh, sorry. The next day they were there. There is
some things were done. Then they observed Cam. There was a behavioral specialist there. I mean, basically the agencies are coming together, and everything's being addressed, and Cam is being looked after.
So I know a little bit about.
Guys, this is not any speculation. This is
no speculation.
This is factual information. Okay.
So I know a little bit about CPS, where I'm at in my state at CPS, and I was involved in a horrific case of with my own family member, my little nephew, of severe child abuse. He was the worst case on a infant that survived, meaning babies his age did not survive that type of abuse. So I know a little bit about the protocol and what they do, at least by the standards in my state. And the mother of my little nephew had 5 other children that they also, like Cam, took and interviewed and went over and all that, but they did not do anything that extensive, like how you're saying how he was examined rectally and all that.
Well,
so I'm wondering. So that makes me feel that there was a reason that something was found.
Can I say one thing? People are upset that we're speaking about what this exam consisted of, when there are people on here who went live saying that they thought that he was being sexually assaulted. Okay. So if you don't want to listen to it, then don't leave. But we're just telling you.
Brownie,
Yeah, exit stage left. Get a grip, people. My God.
we're not going to argue. The thing is that I'll explain it. The picture, okay, the division that got involved because of the picture. Then also there were and she knows this because she did slip and say it in her live before the appointment. Was the allegations of them engaging in acts.
Emily, I'm going to help you. You don't have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you think about, and this is the sad part, if you think about some of the behaviors that he's displayed, they're on a list. You know what I mean?
Right.
So do you understand what I'm saying? There was like a lot of reasons. I guess I don't think it was one or the other. And, thankfully everything was okay. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I was just curious because that makes it's more disheartening that they had reason to do that. Now, I will say CPS doesn't just do these things for shits and giggles. It has to be a serious, and there's a major investigation that had to have been going on for quite a long time.
Yep.
So for them to examine him that thoroughly means this is very, very serious.
Only the second time he was there.
Right. Well, I was just curious because wow, that's even more disheartening that poor child. But thank you for letting me up and recapping.
You're welcome. Thank you for not being nasty.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's an uncomfortable subject, and
it is, and it's like we're damned if we do, damned if we don't. You know.
But just to let everybody know that all areas have been.
It's not hard to look up and see what these exams consist of. And if we didn't say what they consisted of, people would be asking either way. So we're damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to believe what we're saying. Quite frankly, we don't care if you do or you don't. But the ones that truly do care, at least now you know.
And there's a lot of people that know that this is true. They know.
Yeah. Yep.
And in the end, it's sad that it all came to this and stuff, but in the end, it really, there will be some good that will come out of it. A lot of good that will come out of it.
Yeah, Cam is finally starting to receive some justice, and I really do hope that Gabi and Aaron follow through with this and take it seriously.
I'm just going to assume that they both have to take the classes, but I don't know for sure about that. I mean, if they're both parents are in the home, and I would assume that they both have to. But I like I said, I only know certain things. So, and that's I don't know that for sure.
He went home after the exam, so.
Yeah, he went home, and then they came the next day. Like I said, everything was okay there, so we probably don't need to speak on it anymore.
What did you say, Angela? If she was to get pregnant and have another baby, the baby would be on this case? Is that what was said?
This case is not going to be closed within a couple months, or the things that have to happen, or it's going to take some time. So. It's not and all the times that she said it's open and shut, that's not true either. So
Gabi has lied her way into a position that she cannot lie her way out of.
Well, not this time.
No.
Good evening, ladies.
Hi.
I just have one quick question, and I might have missed it, and I'm sorry if you're might have to repeat yourself. If she doesn't follow through with some of the safety plan, did they say what kind of punishment? I don't even want to use the word punishment, but consequences if she doesn't follow through with any of this.
Well, it'd be the same for anybody who doesn't follow through the safety plan. Then it gets presented in front of a judge.
Okay,
So a judge signs a removal. So if I'm correct from what was said, I mean, we want to hope that it doesn't go there, but that it would anyone who doesn't follow a safety plan, then I suppose it does, then the agency will present that in front of a judge, and then the decisions will be made from there.
Basically, she has to, regardless, because if she doesn't follow through with their plan now, they're going to take it before a judge, which I'm sure the judge will grant all of that, and she's going to have to do it regardless.
Right.
But I'm sure the consequences would be more if she doesn't follow through with this plan. Cam could end up removed. And if she doesn't follow through with it, I think that's what needs to happen. I think he should be removed already, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is a lot, but this is what we've been hoping for.
Yeah.
For little man, in the long run.
Sad. Yeah.
I mean, we've all prayed for it. That
it's just so sad that it came to this. Like,
it is.
When I heard about that exam, that really.
I think why they did that, Brownie, and I truly believe this in my heart and my gut, is because she is talked about all the time when she's gone to the ER that they test her for STDs. No normal person gets tested for going in and having a bladder infection or something. At least I've never have. I mean, but it's because she's mentioned it so many times that there has to be a grain of truth in there. So I think that's why they did that.
It's just so sad.
I understand. It's because of the inappropriate.
Right. Yes.
All of that stuff. All of the stuff that's been happening on live.
The combination of it all just made perfect storm.
Yeah.
And not good for him, but in a way it is too, though, because that made other things get put into place too. Yeah. So yes, there's a lot of the horrible things at the beginning and at the top, but then it spiraled down to all the amazing things that's going to help little man, and actually hopefully help their whole family, in the long run.
I really hope that she finally realizes that she has not won anything, that she has lost. She has really fucking lost here, because what that little boy went through, that's not a fucking win, Gabi. That's not a win.
I know, but I think to be honest, I mean, I agree, but I think that I just we want it to be better, right? And she has to be better, right? She has to be better. If anything's going to improve, there's going to have to be a lot of work done and stuff, but I think it can improve. I definitely think it can improve. I think
she just got to bite the bullet and just do what she has to do for her family for once, and not about Gabi. Do what you have to do for your little man. Period. End of story.
In the end, that's up to her, and it's not up to us. It doesn't matter what anybody says anymore. It doesn't matter. Any of that is really in her hands. It's got to be up to her, And I mean, a lot of people fought for that little boy, and I think you would never know. I don't think you all would ever know unless somebody came forward that knew that it was worth it.
Right.
And I'm not talking about the things that happened that were wrong, or the lies, or the false reports, or the dumb stuff that happened. I'm talking about the things that were reported, the things that the attention was brought to that it needed to be brought to, and the way it was brought to those agencies. It got their attention.
They are going to be counting her meds moving forward.
Yeah.
I have a question. Is there some safety plans and some plans, however you want to call them, say you have to have this done in 6 months? She have a time limit? Does she have a year to complete everything, or is there just nothing?
Right now, it's just right now, from what I understand, it's just in the beginning, and there's a whole lot of things. You got to think if there's occupational therapy, speech therapy, all these evaluations, intense therapy for her, you know what I mean? That those things take a long time. So I don't know the exact time limit, but I do know that it's not going to happen. And it's probably not, anytime I've ever seen this happen before, it definitely wasn't even 6 months. It was longer than that.
Okay.
But I don't want
I was
to.
wondering, like, if she was ordered for specific type of counseling in parenting classes. Sometimes they'll say you have 8 months to complete, A, B, and C. You have 9 months to do. You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't ordered anything. Okay. So she at least was smart enough to volunteer and agree with the suggestions to come up with the safety plan. But she wasn't ordered anything.
Okay. I was just curious on that. I know.
I'm saying ordered, like no judge has ordered her. No, do you understand? Like this.
Right.
CPS is friendly for a reason.
But if she doesn't follow through with this plan, then it will go before a judge, and I'm sure that it will be mandated, or she.
Right. That makes sense. Thank you. I thought I heard you guys correctly, but like I said, I walked away a couple times, and I thought maybe I missed.
It's confusing. Like even like I don't know how certain things are. Like Angela's had to explain certain things to me because
And that's why we wanted to open the box of people who had questions or whatever, just to make sure that they understand things to the best of my knowledge and her knowledge.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, ladies,
Marvel. Me
for allowing me up and answering my questions. I appreciate it.
They will be counting her meds moving forward.
There is, so from what I understand, there was a couple conversations in place about if there was any friends or family members that were willing to take him, so they got their names and stuff like that. So it was going pretty far. So
they said what? I didn't see. Huh? They said that? What do you mean?
Really, in the end, it's all good news. It really is. I hope it's good news for people. I hope that it eases their mind some. And of course, there's always going to be people that doubt, and that's fine. There's been a lot of people that have come forward.
Annalise, we have not. CPS would never tell us anything, even if we called and asked. So
they would lose their job. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And if someone does have a worker talking to them or anything, they might be best never to say that that's happening.
I mean, Lauren in the night of, she seemed to be in denial, but we know that's how Gabi rolls.
Does anyone else want a box?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can come up. But like I said, we're not going to be here arguing with people. Like I see some of you repeating the same question, and I'm obviously not answering, so you should probably just give up already.
Oh. No, I mean, the people that really needed to hear the information, I think they've heard it. And
if you guys want me to, I can download this live and put it on my YouTube.
I'm sure it's probably going to be on a couple of people's already.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm sure it'll be posted.
If it's not, you guys can let me know and I'll upload it. Okay, I can just do it anyways, you guys.
I would just do it. Yeah. It's just easier if you get in a box because these comments are going so fast.
Yeah. And sometimes people can be asking something and it may appear to me as rude, but you know what I mean? Like,
I think maybe their whole family can work things out and maybe become a healthy family.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be great.
Hi.
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 I just got a couple of things to mention or to ask, actually. What, let me see, how do I need to put this? the pill situation, Karen shares her medicines with her. So was that mentioned in any of that?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
mean,
know?
she's getting drug tested and her pills are being counted. So I'm not. So I mean, if anything, if there's anything wrong, they'll get it. They'll know.
Yeah.
Okay. And then another thing, maybe Chloe should be checked also because she has been there.
I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to talk. I don't know anything about that, ma'am.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't. That's. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just don't know anything about that.
That would be on Karen. That would be,
Yeah. Well,
that would be a question for Karen, because.
yeah. I just was wondering if it was brought up in any of that with the CPS. Is all I've wondered.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that.
And also, I've seen a lot of people commenting about the bruises on Cam's arms. Was those brought up at any time?
I don't know anything. I do know that, if you saw them, I saw them, then I'm sure that they saw them. But
Yeah.
I don't know anything. But I'm assuming that, I mean, they all didn't show up the next day for nothing. Okay.
Right. Well, I guess that's it for me. And I appreciate you ladies bringing us this information. It was.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We know that people have, that there are people who do genuinely care about Cam and have been curious, and there's been a lot of speculation going around.
Yes. I feel really bad for that little boy. But thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
You too.
Shells, I'm sure they have been. And if they haven't been watching them, I'm sure they've been sent a lot of stuff.
Hey guys, I kind of came.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So I kind of came in late, and then I got a little bit of the recap, and I did see a lot of people asking, and you may not even know. Was there anything mentioned about her going online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she allowed to be online still, or did they tell her that she needs to stay off, or?
She has agreed to stay off for the safety of her child.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so this happened after the night that she went on Instagram, correct?
No.
Okay.
Okay. No.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. That was all that I had to ask.
Okay. Thank you for coming up.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too. She was posting Cam on Snapchat. Well,
I mean,
that's not very smart of her then.
Yeah. I mean, from my understanding, like TikTok was a main focus because that's where a lot of this stuff comes from. But I mean, I'm sure that they addressed it as all. I'm sure that I'm going to keep my mouth shut about it. If you're listening, Gabby, keep your kid off the internet before they take him from you.
Yeah.
Keep your kid off any form of social media and protect him like they told you to.
And keep your legs closed, and let's not work on bringing another kid in this world, okay? How about that? Now that she's being investigated, is everybody gonna stop posting all their videos? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what other people are gonna do. I
haven't in a while because none of this has been fun or light trolling for so long now. Like it's hard to watch. Like I can hardly watch it anymore.
I mean, I'm just going to say it again, and I know a lot of people agree with me, and I hope that people take this into consideration, whether you like her or not. If Cam's life is going to get better, if he's going to get the attention he deserves and stuff, she has to get better too.
Yeah. I mean, I dislike Gabi but I've said this many times again. I don't want to see anything bad happen to them. I don't like this is sad to me. Like
It is.
I don't understand it. I don't get the need to be on here all the time, but I don't
I mean,
know.
that will probably be what the intensive therapy, I mean, I'm not going to speculate all this stuff. I'm assuming that that'll be addressed, but that really, like, in the end, it really is all up to her, what she talks to she's going to be assigned all of that stuff too. So she'll be assigned therapists, there'll be assigned doctors, there'll be assigned the specialists that will be helping Cam, that'll be coming into the home and stuff like that. All of that's none of that. Nothing is her choice anymore, except to do what they have asked.
Yeah.
No, hi. Angela just kind of answered what I was going to ask.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all think Gabs really believes that she's got an issue, or do you think she's just playing along?
I don't know.
Who knows with her?
Yeah.
I mean,
Things I think are an act, but I think if I know and obviously I haven't. I haven't been too involved with her for a very long time. I know that a lot of stuff is an act. Like, I know that she used to come online and be laughing and joking about stuff, and she'd call me just crying later. So if I know her like I think I did, then I think she is taking it seriously. Well, the whole Instagram thing and all that, I mean, that was disappointing and stuff, but and I don't know what's going to happen with that, but
the Instagram thing was the night after CPS was there, right?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
Well, I'm not sure if it was that
No,
night.
I think it was. No, she went live at like 3 a.m. in the middle of the night. It was. Yeah, I thought it was.
It may have been. It may have been that the next day after they came that evening is what you're saying.
Yeah,
it probably was. Yeah.
Yeah, she snuck on Instagram at like 3 a.m.
But I don't think she's been back on. I don't know for sure.
Not since then.
Anything, so.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
With her PTSD. That's right. You're welcome. But no, really. No, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen people saying she's been posting on Aaron's account. But you know what, you guys? Here's the thing. They're watching her now. They're watching her like a...
Well, they have been, too.
Hawk. I don't know if Sarah Miller wanted to come up. No, Sarah Miller wanted to come up. I went to...
Jesus.
See?
Really know how.
Oh, I can see you now. Sorry.
So sorry. I don't even know how to get out. I don't think I've ever been inboxed. No, I don't think I've ever.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so sorry.
I got it. Oh my goodness. Mine is like lagging. Mine is like lagging. Because I couldn't even see who now is now. The time has come.
Is there anybody else waiting to get in the box?
Oh my gosh, my phone's like going haywire.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I couldn't even see when that girl joined that she was even in the box.
Well,
and then my screen went black, so I don't know what happened within like the past minute.
Well, I don't know if anybody else wants to get up in the box. Otherwise, I'm just gonna thank everybody for coming in here, and these comments and stuff, they show that people that truly were caring for Cam and his well-being. It shows, and I'm glad
That's already been answered, Brittany Shears.
I debated doing this and debated doing it, and then but I feel good about it now. And no, I just want to say thank you all for being kind, and I'm sorry that there was some bad news there, but I think in the end it's all going to be good. And
well, because I mean, there's been a lot of speculation. I guess some people have gone live, and I don't
really know for sure about that whole thing. I spoke to a couple people about that, and I don't even know. Yeah, that was kind of confusing, but yeah. So I just thought it was time to bring the real information, or bring information that I know, that I stand on. So, and that I know to be true.
He will be getting tested, Ronald, but as of right now, he does not have an actual autism diagnosis.
Right. He just doesn't have it at the moment.
Hold on, I'll go look.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. What's going to happen with that? I don't know. Is that?
It's Brownie 651. She has no court cases to pursue. It would be in her best interest to stop pestering the police departments and everything. And I think you said this earlier, Angela, like the calls that CPS keeps getting, like, it's finally being taken care of now.
Yeah. I would just assume the way that all this happened that I know a lot of people thought nothing was happening, and you're kind of like, if you were like me too, thinking that kind of losing a little bit of faith there or whatever. But I think that they were just putting everything together.
I will, Gail. Yeah. Does anybody else have any other questions? Can you edit out the exam info? What do you mean, edit out what exam info? What it consisted of? No. Why would we? Why would I?
You're welcome, guys.
I don't understand what the big deal is about that.
Well, I mean, you guys, the reason why that was even spoke upon is because the post that she made and was like basically blaming you all for his screaming, okay? For him screaming and that he had to go through that. But you know what? It was her fault he had to go through that. And so that's why that information was shared. And that is something right now that really upsets me. So if you want to pick and choose about that, then and you want to be upset about that, no, it's not easy to hear, okay? It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for a lot of people. Myself, I've been through my own stuff as a child. So, okay? So, yes, it's uncomfortable, but it happened. And it happened because of her.
I mean, you guys could go even like Google it and see what it consists of.
Right.
But I mean,
I didn't even tell you everything it consists of.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with people. I probably think it's time to get off here.
Yeah, because I'm going to start getting real fucking irritated. But yeah, anyways.
I'm focusing on that anyway.
I don't know either.
All right.
But,
all right. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Yeah, I will download this and upload it to my YouTube. I accepted your request and then you dipped, sis. You're welcome, guys. I appreciate, we appreciate you guys who were kind and, oh, hold on. Let me get my YouTube. Sorry. Brownie with 3 E's 651. And again, none of our information came from Gabi. We have seen proof. And again, you don't have to believe us. That's fine. But if we get, updates or anything changes, we can let you guys know.